Good afternoon, Stampin' Friends. I'm sorry I'm late. As usual, I have technical difficulties caused by old age. Just couldn't remember where things were. So, we will get started. I used a color inspiration in getting these weekly from Connie, who is she's a way up there in Stampin' Up! World. And I get a weekly notice from her, and this is the weekly color inspiration. It's Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, and Night of Navy. So let me show you what I came up with. I'll be making it as we speak. I have not prepared it ahead of time. So we've got Marlene and Virginia. Good afternoon. I'm sorry that I made you wait. We're also going to be looking at some papers from the, what is the name of the collection? I have to look at it and give you the name. Let's see, Countryside Corners, page 63. To keep my calendar handy to keep me straight on the names. So this is Countryside Corners. There's a stamp set that went with it with all of these dies. They're stackable or they can be used individually. There's these are the stamps, then there's dies that go with them so that you could stamp it and then cut it out, layer it, use them on their own. But this is the Countryside Corners. And here is the papers that are called Countryside Inn. So let me show you. There are 6 reversible sheets. This is a floral, and it reverses to a stripe. Here's another line floral that reverses to trees and flowers. We've got bunnies that reverse to another kind of stripe, like a wallpaper stripe. Then we've got birds and flowers that reverses to a plain stripe. We've got more flowers that reverse to a flower stripe, another wallpaper one. And I don't think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th one is these little foxes. Foxes reverse to tiny little flowers. So those are our, this is in our annual catalog. And I'm using part of this for my inspiration. I have a Cajun Craze card base, 11.5 by 4.5, scored at 5 1/4, so that we've got a horizontal fold. Then I took the stripe the back of it is the pretty birds. But I'm making a masculine card today, so I don't want birds or flowers. I'm going to lay that right there. Now, I was looking for an appropriate ribbon, and really, all I could find was the gold. And I think I may put a gold decoration right there. So I don't want it to be too fussy. I want it to be something we can send to our sons, our dads, our grandsons, our son-in-laws. So let me snip that. It's gotten a little cold here in New York. Furnace just went off. It's in the 40s. We had some beautiful 70-degree weather last week, but seems like we've gotten all of that we're going to get. Now I'm going to put some adhesive here and just lay this right on. Maybe just a little bit further apart. Okay, now I have taken, this is our Nested Essentials dies, and I took the two smaller ones and I cut one out of the Night of Navy and I cut one out of the Crushed Curry so that they will stack. There's also two larger sizes. Here's rounded corner rectangles, and here's tags, different sizes, nested. You can stack any of them. Yeah, men are hard to do because so many of our papers and designs are floral, and that's why I thought I'd want to stick with just darker colors. And I'm going to stamp on this a masculine kind of happy birthday. Hey, Jennifer. It's not a curlicue, it's just a type. So glad you're here. And we're going to stamp this with the, I think we're going to do the Cajun Craze so that we can pull that color back in. And it shouldn't have any problem showing up on this Cajun, on this crushed curry. Because I want it to make sure it's there. Okay, so that's a masculine happy birthday. And I'm going to clean this off with my chamois that I've got moistened, and it's in a stamping case that you can get from Stampin' Up. And we're going to put adhesive on the back here. Jennifer, did you not have physical therapy today? Okay, so we're just going to lay that right on there. And then we're going to use dimensionals to prop it up. Oh, yesterday and Friday for a change. I was there today having my evaluation, and they said I've come a long way, still have a ways to go. I start pain management injections in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, I've gotten some steroids and patches and things to a lotion cream to help me get through the rough parts. And here we go. Simple card. Says what it needs to say. Good for the men or boys. And I'm not going to embellish it any further. I am, however, going to embellish the envelope just as a reminder of how we do this. We need a 2 1/4, I believe it's 2 1/4 by 6 inch strip of paper. This is going to have bunnies on it, so maybe that's not the best choice, but by way of demonstration, I want to remind you. We're going to try to store your liquid glue upside down. The liquid glue works very well to attach things like this. You want to go around the edge. You know that you're applying it correctly if you can hear the tip scraping on the paper. You don't need a lot. Wonder if this would be better for a guy. Yeah, let's put it on this side. And then we're going to put it down, rub it, and then from the back, we're going to trim Yeah, I got a holder from scrapbooks.com. It's actually fascinating because it's a 3D printed item. We don't have anything that'll hold it upside down. So here's our envelope, decorated on the back. Still rather in keeping with a masculine card. Here's mine. It just holds it upside down. And like I said, this was 3D printed, which is fascinating to me. And I want to show you something else. I started this, but I haven't gone any further with it to finish the card. This is Jennifer, I pushed the button to let you join me on video, but I can't see if anything's happening. This is strips of this paper, 1-inch strips, and I have glued them down with 1/8 of an inch in between, so that I've got a nice card front. I've put them on a piece of white cardstock. Now I can you can see what would happen if I put it on this. We could do another masculine card, even though there's flowers. We could do, let me see what else I've got here. We could do that Cajun Craze and make a little tag out of the, or a decoration out of that. Cajun Craze, this is crushed curry. Well, you know, if you just start out with one strip, just lay it in the middle somewhere, and then the others will fit around it. So, and you can't tell if I got it straight or not. But if you use liquid glue, then it gives you a chance before it sets to slide it and you're going to have it hanging off so that you can trim it. And I trimmed it even with the 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of white. But like I said, just start with one, any which way you want, and then finish up. Now see here, this one is not straight right there, but it's a way to use up your strips, any scraps that you've got. I've got so many waiting to be used up scraps that, and I keep creating more. I found this in my bucket of tricks, but it's an old, I was going to use it, but it's an old embossing folder. I must have brought it with me for some reason. I don't have my larger embossing machine, so I can't use any of my larger embossing sheets. Anyway, you can do this. You can mix and match. You can do it with anything. So that is our card for today. Just a simple masculine card. And then, of course, you'd, well, let's go ahead and do this so it's all ready to go. I'm going to take, remember last week I told you that I keep a prepared bundle of pieces to go on the inside of my cards, so I can just reach in my little bag of tricks is all I can think of. And now we've got the inside. You could stamp something in here. You could put some leaves or whatever you want. Another saying. Let's see what else is. Thinking of you. Happy birthday, cheers, thinking of you, best of luck, maybe a symbol of some sort. But that's our card for today, all ready to go. And we'll see you next week. Let me know if you would like to do Christmas from here on out so that you can get ideas for your Christmas cards, or just anything that I come up with. I'd like to have some of your input, and I will be sending this card to someone to use. And I will be posting my November host code shortly. Just have to figure out the best way to do it. And something that I only do once a month escapes me. So have a good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Remember that if you share this, it helps me a lot on Facebook. And if you like it, that does as well. So Virginia votes for Christmas cards. You have a good weekend too, Jennifer. We're going to a wedding on Saturday. It's a second marriage for both, so it'll be a little more casual, but it'll be fun. Jennifer votes for Christmas. Okay, then that's what I'll be working on. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.